Good morning, everybody. Welcome. This is day number 10. I already missed 2 days. I didn't do 2 days of shootings. But anyway, no excuses here, no blaming today. Good morning, wherever you are. Good afternoon, good day. Hope you are all doing well. So I wanted to come in here again and just talk about um what's the title of this video again? Yes, what will you tell yourself? Right? What will you tell yourself? Now, if you look at yourself 10 years from now, what are you going to tell yourself? How are you going to explain to yourself how you took care of today, how you took care of this year, right? How are you going to explain to yourself the things you were doing, right? How are you going to explain yourself? Let's say if you're not, living the life that you want to live, 5, 10 years from now, how are you going to explain that to yourself? The moment we have now is an opportunity to be able to be. It's an opportunity that should be grasped by everybody, right? When you grasp this opportunity, and then when you apply yourself, and when you do the things that will get you to where you want to be, when you do the things that will allow you to discover who you are, what your purpose is, and the things you should do as a man or as a woman, then you're going to be more fulfilled down the road. The worst thing one can do is not do anything with the time they have, and then 5, 10 years down the road, 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the road, look back and then see that they are full of regret. Why full of regret? Because they never took the time to understand, and they never took the time to do the things that they were supposed to do so that they could have the life they were meant to have by the creator. Right? Ask yourself this. Um, would you be happy? Let's say if you had to go thirsty all day long and then wake up the next morning, realize that, all this time you had a water bottle right beside you. All you had to do was turn around, stretch your arms, grab the water bottles, open it up, and then take a drink. You wouldn't have been thirsty, right? And once you are hydrated, you would have had the energy to be able to keep running if you are running, to keep working if you are working. It would have allowed your energy, your mind and brain to be able to function and think so that you would do the things you needed to do that day. But because, but because, listen to this, but because you didn't take the time to turn around and just stretch your arms and grab that water bottle and drink it, right? You stayed thirsty all day, and all you could think of was, I want some water. I want to drink water. I want to drink water. Same thing applies with your life 5, 10 years from now. If you do not turn around, right, do the things you're supposed to do as somebody who knows these things, right? If you don't ask them for help, or if you don't seek someone who has what you want and then ask them, hey, how can I do this? Or how can I get better at this? How can I apply this in my life? Or how can I get to that next level? If you do not do these things, you're going to find that you live in lack, you live in limitation. You're not going to have abundance in life. I talked about how King Solomon always had a lot in terms of financial wealth and in other aspects too, wisdom wise, and he had a lot going on, and he was blessed. Every human being has access to these blessings. You just have to claim, you just have to say, hey, I want to be in a position whereby if a blessing comes my way, it's not going to pass me by. I'm just going to stretch my arms and say, I need these blessings too. I deserve this blessing. And I'm going to live my life knowing that I've been blessed and do the things that I know I should have because I'm already blessed. But if you don't allow yourself to start thinking that way, right? You don't allow yourself to start thinking that way, you're going to miss out on all these amazing things. So now the ball is in your court, my friends. The ball is in your court. You get to decide what is it that you want? What kind of life do you want to live? Hmm? And what are you going to tell yourself 5, 10 years from now when the time comes, when you're a little bit older? Because time always goes, time always passes by. It's just a matter of how you use this time, how you apply yourself, right? Whether you're doing the things you should be doing or not. So, this is all for today. Think about this. Comment below. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are on this matter. Tell me whether if you are going to be the person who will tell themselves and look back and smile and say, yes, I did what I had to do. Or are you going to be the person who look back and say, hey, I wish I knew this. I wish I did that. I wish I applied myself. Whether you know it or not, time will keep going by, right? It's just up to you now to allow yourself to start thinking a little bit outside the box. Start thinking a little bit big. Because when you consistently start thinking a little bit bigger, you find that you become a big thinker. And the more you become a big thinker, the more your brain opens up and the more the world of possibilities presents itself in front of you. But if you don't allow yourself to think, if you don't allow yourself to just kind of dream, right? It's like you're shrinking your world. You not have access to all these amazing things that is at your disposal. Remember, we are created from the image of God, right? That means we are his children. And being as children of the Father, it means we have his DNA in us. And having his DNA in us means we have access to a lot of the things that he has, the ability to create. We have the ability to create things. I talked about this in my other videos, how some men back in the days had to dream, then they had to apply themselves. And then by the end of the day, fast forward, now we are able to fly from point A to point B in the air, which was people thought was impossible to fly in the air. Look at the skyscrapers, the tallest buildings. How did that come to be? Just by dreaming, by creating. God gave man that access. It's up to man and woman to use their brain to think, to use their brain to manifest, to use their brain to want to do those things, to want to have access to it. Right? Think of how people sail in the sea, right? A ship or a boat is so heavy, it's supposed to sink. But why does it not sink? How come people enjoy sailing in the sea? Right? It always comes from thinking. It always comes from the creator. The ability to create is within each and every one of you. Right? So think about that for a second, right? and ask yourself, what is it that you could possibly create for mankind that you haven't really done yet? What is it that you can do with the brain that God gave you? What is it that, what is your talent, basically? Yeah. So with that being said, I'm going to leave you all with that. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Right? I really get excited about, the possibilities and the thinking part of things and the creation that every human being can create. I find this to be amazing. So anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this. I'll see you all in my next video. Stay blessed. Go out there. Make today a wonderful day. And make sure that 10 years from now, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, you can look back and tell yourself that, yes, you did amazing things. That, yes, you were kind to yourself. You were kind to people. And you were generous. And you did the right things. Right thing doesn't mean you have to be a pushover. Right things mean you have to be assertive. Right? You got to be assertive. You can't let people walk over you. Right? You can't just sacrifice your sanity or yourself for the sake of helping people. You got to help yourself first before you can help others. Right? So, what will you tell yourself? Be good to yourself, be good to people. Right? And just let 5 years, when you look back 5 years from now, you should be in a position to smile and say, yes, I did this. Don't be the person who looks back and then regrets, because regrets can be avoided, especially if you're living around people who have already lived the life, the kind of life you want. Just look at them, ask them questions, say, hey, this is how did you do this? How can I do that? Right? This will save you so much time and you'll be so ahead because you're learning from the best and you're learning from people who have already experienced the things you want to experience. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all. Go out there and be the best you can. Speak to you soon. Cheers.